something's different about LeBron James lately. For years, he's been the face of perfection, the king of the NBA, billionaire family man, the guy who never slips up in public. But over the past few weeks, something's changed. LeBron started speaking in a way fans have never heard before. Raw, emotional, and brutally honest. And the things he's been revealing, they've left people wondering if the king is finally showing cracks in his armor. From opening up about loneliness and marriage struggles, to taking shots at the new generation of women, to warning his own financial advisors that he'll personally handle them if they cross him. LeBron's words have shocked fans, divided opinions, and exposed a side of him that's been hidden for decades. So what's really going on behind this sudden honesty? Let's break it down, because this isn't the LeBron James the world's used to seeing. It all started when LeBron appeared on his wife Savannah's brand new podcast, Everybody's Crazy. Now this isn't your usual sports talk or highlight reel. This was LeBron sitting across from the woman who's known him since high school and getting deeply personal. Out of nowhere, LeBron admitted something that caught even longtime fans off guard. He said, "I know I don't want to be alone. That's for damn sure. If I have to fight, crawl, scratch, bite, whatever, to keep mine, I'm gonna do it." It was one of those moments where you could tell this wasn't rehearsed. It was real. He went on to explain that growing up as an only child in a single-parent home, the idea of being alone genuinely terrifies him. And when you think about it, that's wild. This is LeBron James, a man with everything: wealth, fame, a legendary career. Yet what he's most afraid of is being by himself. It was raw. It was vulnerable. But then things took a surprising turn. As the conversation went deeper, LeBron suddenly shifted gears, and what he said next sent shockwaves through social media. He took direct aim at today's dating culture, calling it cutthroat and ruthless. LeBron said he's watched men, some of his own teammates, crumble under the pressure of unrealistic expectations from women. He said, "I'm in locker rooms. Some of these homies are trying to be good guys, and they're still getting crushed. They're looking in the mirror like, damn, what did I do wrong? Homies, it ain't you." Fans online exploded with reactions. Some said LeBron was just keeping it real, while others accused him of taking unnecessary shots at women. But if you listen closely, it wasn't just about dating. It was about pressure. The pressure men feel to be perfect, to provide, to never slip up. And that's where it became clear LeBron wasn't ranting. He was venting. He spent decades being that guy, the provider, the leader, the example. And now for the first time, he's finally saying what's been bottled up for years. But that wasn't the end of his honesty streak, because just days later, LeBron opened up again. This time about something far more personal: his marriage. LeBron's relationship with Savannah has always been seen as one of the rare success stories. High school sweethearts who made it through fame, distance, and decades of pressure. But in another recent interview, LeBron admitted something fans never expected to hear. He said, "I'm gonna be honest, a relationship is never picture perfect." He explained that after 20 years together, there have been hard moments. Moments where things weren't easy, where communication broke down, and where being King James didn't mean a thing inside the walls of his home. He said, "If you're okay with working through hardships and the adverse moments, then it'll all be worth it." He talked about honesty, about being comfortable in uncomfortable conversations, and understanding that sometimes you have to let go of control, that it's not always your way or the highway. It's the kind of advice you'd expect from a relationship counselor, not an NBA legend. And fans loved it, because for once, LeBron wasn't trying to sound perfect. He sounded human. But Savannah, his wife, wasn't just sitting quietly beside him. She had her own truth to share. During another conversation, Savannah opened up about how she sees marriage, and her words added even more depth to the picture LeBron was painting. She said there are always ebbs and flows in relationships, and that you can't depend on someone else for your happiness, that it's on you to stay grounded, to stay fulfilled. For fans, this was a rare moment, both of them being completely transparent about their relationship after years of keeping it private. It made people realize they're not trying to sell a perfect marriage anymore. They're just showing what real love looks like: messy, emotional, but still holding together. And while that honesty won people over, it also opened the door to something unexpected, because LeBron wasn't done revealing the other sides of himself, the ones that don't usually make it to ESPN or post-game interviews. On another episode of Savannah's podcast, LeBron casually dropped a story that left listeners stunned. He said that early in his career, when he first met with a financial advisor, he gave him a very blunt warning. He said, "If you steal my money, bro, or if I end up broke, it ain't gonna be good for you." He laughed as he said it, but there was a serious edge underneath. This was a young LeBron, a kid from Akron, suddenly surrounded by businessmen and million-dollar contracts, and he wasn't about to let anyone take advantage of him. The clip went viral. Some people said it was classic LeBron, protective and confident. Others thought it showed just how much trust issues he's carried with him from the start. It's no secret that plenty of athletes before him lost everything through bad management or shady deals. LeBron learned from their mistakes and made it clear from day one that he wasn't going to be another cautionary tale. But if you listen to everything he's been saying lately, from fear of being alone to frustration with relationships to trust issues around money, a bigger picture starts to form. This isn't random. LeBron's opening up for a reason. LeBron James turns 41 next year. He's still dominating the court, still breaking records, but even he knows the end of his career is getting closer. And lately, it feels like he's reflecting more on who he is outside of basketball. Maybe that's why we're seeing this more vulnerable side of him, the side that's tired of being perfect all the time. He's been in the spotlight since he was 16 years old. Every word, every move, every tweet has been dissected for 2 decades. So now when he finally gets a chance to speak on his own terms. Through his wife's podcast or in interviews where he's not filtered, he's letting it all out. And honestly, it's working. Fans are connecting with him more than ever. He's not just LeBron the athlete anymore. He's LeBron the husband, the father, the man trying to figure out what comes next. But at the same time, there's a quiet tension behind his words. Because even when he's being open, you can still hear that pressure, the weight of being King James. Think about it. For 20 years, LeBron's been expected to be perfect. No scandals, no missteps, no slips in his public image. Every other sports star has had their controversies, but LeBron, he's held it together. And that takes a toll. When you're that famous, that powerful, that constantly watched, even the smallest mistake can become a headline. So when LeBron opens up about being scared to be alone or feeling like the world has flipped the script, he's not just talking about dating or fame. He's talking about pressure. The pressure of holding up an empire. The pressure of leading a family, a franchise, a global brand while never letting the cracks show. And now, maybe for the first time in his life, he's letting people see that side of him. The tired side, the vulnerable side, the human side. Because deep down, LeBron James isn't just trying to win championships anymore. He's trying to win peace. LeBron James has been called many things: a hero, a villain, a role model, a rival. But lately, he's become something new. When you strip away the fame, the fortune, and the trophies, what's left is a man trying to hold on to the things that truly matter: his family, his sanity, his legacy. He's not afraid to admit that he's scared to lose them. He's not afraid to call out the fake people or the broken systems around him. And maybe that's what makes this new version of LeBron so powerful. Because for the first time in 20 years, LeBron James isn't speaking like a legend on a pedestal. He's speaking like a man who's seen everything and still doesn't want to lose what matters most. So maybe the king isn't crumbling. Maybe he's just finally being real. What do you think? Is LeBron opening up because he's growing older and wiser, or because he's carrying more than anyone realizes? Let me know what you think down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.